So, first and foremost, for people who don't know like me, my name is Aderinsola Ademefun. Sorry, pardon me. Aderinsola Elizabeth Ademefun. I prefer to call myself Risola Eliza Tom Ademefun. And that's what came about the acronym RETA. I know that on my social media, you will have seen Dr. Rita. My Instagram is filled up with Dr. Rita,
Yeah.
the real Dr. Rita. I will start with that. So I do call myself simply Rita because people say my name is very long, that they cannot pronounce my name, Aderinsola. And the truth is that when I tell you my name the first time, most often time you will forget it the next time we are meeting. Like it's almost certain. Or you won't like be like, oh, your name is Aderisola. You like try to like, I remember your name. Your name is. So I try to like join it together. Before it was AAE, I felt like it does not have any meaning, right? So I just removed Aderisola, Elizabeth, Adeton, Ademefun. I love Tom. Oh my God, I love Tom.
Okay.
So now I call myself simply Rita, and then one of my friends was having a discussion with me, and he said, "You know, you can call yourself Dr. Rita, right?" I said, "Why? How?" He said, "You know, when people ask, when you ask, or rather, when people say, 'What's your name?' and you say that I'm Dr. Rita, they are very intrigued. So they will ask you, 'Are you a medical doctor or you have a PhD?'" And then it will spark in conversation. So you can talk about yourself, you know, say everything further. And I was like, oh, makes sense, makes sense.
Okay.
And since then, I changed everything about me to Dr. Rita. Now, Dr. Rita is someone who is very, 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 very passionate about young people, passionate about education, passionate about gender equity, and passionate about poverty alleviation. Dr. Rita is also someone who is a multitasking person. She also she's not an idle person. She loves to do so many things at the same time. Dr. Rita is someone who is also, well, to deviate, is also a fashion designer, and she's into media. So I call myself the media girl because I can do literally everything in media: live stream, photography, videography, journalism, newscasting. There's nothing that I have not done. So I used to call myself jack of all trades. Maybe a little bit master of some, but not master of all, right? So that's
Yeah.
who I am.
Okay, thank you so much. Please, can we put our hands together for this incredible young lady right here? I mean, I know some of the things that she said, and everything is true. She's a multi-talented person. When we say multi, she sings too. I hope you know she sings.
Hey.
She sings too because we've had one or two projects together. Okay, so what inspired the title of the book, School Na Scam? What inspired the title? I mean, it's not something you come across every day.
Okay. The first time I heard Schooner scam was when I was in university, right? That time, social media was not really a thing before COVID-19. Everybody, you can agree with me, right? That I think as at that time, I was using this popular tunnel survey, even while I was in 300 level. So I could hear people say, "Oh, school na scam," and I'm like, I was young, so I'm like, I'm a bookish person. I love book. So when people will be like, "School na scam," I'm always questioning myself that, okay, why are they saying so? Then after COVID-19, I think that everybody got that this enlightenment that, okay, you can actually make money without going to school. And then the rate of unemployment skyrocketed. And you know, there were so many idle people. That was when some companies were laying off their staff.
Yeah.
And then like everyone, it was like a whole catastrophe. And that was when it became very rampant. School has come on Twitter. People would tweet, what's even the essence of going to school? After they go to school, you know, what's the, like, at the long run, there's no job. Now, I'm interested in education, right? I want to write, earlier this year, I wanted to write a book for teenagers, like a pathway or a guideway, because I noticed something. Why are people saying school has come? Like, that's the first thing. Now, people are saying school has come because of disappointment. At the end of the day, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, no job, right? Now, why is that so? As for me, I won't say that there is no job. We could all agree that there are so many job openings, right? Just that they are not killable people to fill in that position. Now, let me use a typical example. A student wants to write JAM, right? They start from JAM. Parents would, okay, start from this. Parents say, go to science class, you must become a doctor. Okay, go to art class, you must become a lawyer. And, they just concentrate themselves in these high-end professions. Now, when it's time for JAM, they do their JAM, they score low. JAM would offer them any kind of course. And because of desperation, what will they do? They'll pick it. So that you won't become a medical doctor. You're a brilliant person. Cut-off mark is like 350 or 300. You score 280. And then they offered you what? Microbiology. You're like, me. So I'll now wait 1 year. Lagbaja is in school. She studied, God forbid, let me pick microbiology. So you enter microbiology department and picked it. You are very brilliant, oh, note. You are very brilliant. You did microbiology. And then after 4 years, okay, in school, strike will come, first strike, second strike, 3-month strike, 2-month strike. And you are frustrated, you are tired yourself. And then you graduate and there is no job. Right? So now that frustration made everybody say school has come. So school has come is a very catchy word. I would have said, okay, education, or the heading is misconception of education, right? I could have said that, right? But what would make people want to read? What would make people want to say, this book is true, is this? And remember, note please, there is question mark. School has come. So it's not school has come. It is school has come. Okay. So it's a rhetorical question. So I hope all these my stories. Yeah, I hope it's make up something.
Yeah, of course. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I literally just noticed the question mark. True, it is school na scam. Okay, so you said a lot of things about the educational system of Nigeria and the fact that JAM does a lot of jamming.
Oh, a lot.
Young adults. I mean, but did you see the latest post from JAM? Like the cutoff has been reduced to 150.
To nothing.
And that makes you question everything. Like, are we sure we're doing it? Because I was looking at the world view. The same teenagers would go out there. Who do you think is responsible for the decay in the educational system at this point where we are right now?
Okay, so the unfortunate thing about people is pointing fingers. They love pointing fingers to, it is government, it's that kind of thing. But we need to understand and realize something that the fault is from everybody. Trust me. Now, for people who don't know, the stakeholders in education include parents, teachers, the children themselves, the government, the NGOs. They're like the stakeholders, right? The communities also in education. Now, if we pinpoint each of these things, there's always someone has problem. Like there's the advantage of being a parent, disadvantage of being a parent, advantage of the government, disadvantage of the government. Then it starts with something, policy, right? It starts with policy. Trust me, right? They used to say Nigeria has policy. But I feel like, yes, Nigeria has policy, but there's no implementation. So when it comes to policy could include, even if the students are faulty or the parents are at fault, if there's a implementation of policy, right, they would try to realign and adjust themselves. So now, let's start with this. Government, everybody knows, curriculum is very, very, very outdated. So let me give you an example. During my master's program, I did educational administration and planning. Then, in one of our courses, they were talking about problems of Nigerian educational system. And one of the problems is outdated curriculum. Guess what? We are reading an outdated curriculum. Imagine. Now, one of our courses, they were teaching us MRS or MIS, right? Management Formation System. Guess what they were teaching us? In this day and Microsoft, is it 2007, I mean 1995. I was so disappointed. Like, you are teaching us educational administration and planning. You want us to become educational administrators. Inside the handout, problems is outdated, and you are giving us an outdated curriculum, right? Now that's a fault. Let's take, for example, the parents now. Now, a lot of people are pushing their children. Oh, they have seen They have seen Eniola, they have seen Aderinsola that graduated at a young age. They did not know how she did it though. So they skip classes of the children, put them in lesson, bombard the children with a lot of things. And then when the children is not able to meet the cutoff mark, they will go to the school. How far now? Let my child enter this course, I will give you 100,000 naira, I will give you 150,000 naira. Or WAEC. What is miracle centers, for crying out loud? Please tell me. Like, what's miracle centers? So you now see parents taking their children to miracle centers. So students have seen that, okay, there is laziness. Like, everybody's lazy when it comes to education. So they don't want to read too during exam. What is micro TT? Please tell me. You see them entering the exam with papers, with pen. I won't mention one of my master's program. Literally, the question will come out before the exam. Some people will have printed it, scribble it in font 5 inside one, like 6 questions inside one page, font 5, to bring it inside the exam. Like, it was so disheartening. Now let's talk about, we have talked about the government, talk about the school themselves, the teachers, right? Because they are one of the stakeholders. Now we see that, of course, there's laziness, they are not being paid well. In all honesty, they are not being paid well. But let's put it in the university setup. Why are you sleeping with students? Why are you harassing students? Because you like her, so you harass her, she says no. Why are you joining court? Why are you being bribed? So, all these factors put together, you cannot point a single hand on this, but Nigerians don't like taking accountability. The next available, boss will be the government. True. So I hope this, explain everything I've said here.
Wow, that was truly, that was lovely. Yes, you are very right, because when it comes to education, it's not just one person. I'm a teacher myself with over a decade of experience in teaching. So I know when you're pointing at accusing fingers to teachers. And truly, you've said it all. We really are underpaid. I mean, we really are underpaid. Yeah. So when you see some teachers go through means, yes, I'm not saying that it's right for them to do that. But imagine a school principal in this economy being paid 30,000 naira. I mean, and then the parent comes and say, change my child's score, I'll give you 250K. No, it's so easy for us to say that, lie, you shouldn't do that, hold your integrity. Okay. It is so easy to say that. All right, so I believe that with this message being out there, we know that you are a stakeholder. It's not just the government, and we should all do our part. So, how do you think social media and digital entrepreneurship has reshaped youth perception of success? How do you think? Because it's a lot online. I mean, I was speaking with one of my friends today, and I'm like, I want to be where this lady is. Oh, Lord, remember me. And she was telling me that not everything that glitters online is not gold, though. But how do you think our youth, I wouldn't even say youth alone, our teenagers. I work with teenagers a lot, and I kind of understand their psyche, and I can tell you, we have a serious chaos brewing with the way our teenagers are perceiving success. So how do you think, what role do you think social media is playing in all of this?
Okay, in one of my chapters, I think that would be chapter 12, right? The second to the last chapter. Social media has been please. Okay, pardon me. There's this democracy in social media that you don't need the permission of anybody. You don't need the permission of government. You don't need permission of any single body to be on social media. There is no even age restriction. Forget the fact that they'll say plus 18. If you are not up to 18, you cannot access some site. It's a lie, right? So it is like open. Social media is open for everybody. Now, everybody is on social media, and we have seen some certain kind of people. Number one, their lifestyle. Number two, the fact that they are making obvious money. They will post it, aside the fact that there's a lot of fake life on social media, like, of course, right? But then, it has brought out this thing that people now believe that the quickest way to make money is being on social media. And I remember there was one time, I think one interview that I did, and they were like, oh, if you want to go viral, I was like, if you want to go viral, just do something stupid. I'm a lady. If I want to go viral today, I know what to do, right? So now, for the young ones, for even everybody, social media is there. Now, let's take, for example, a person like Pella. He's a very typical example of what we should not envy as an educated person. But it's also a typical example of what people envy just because they want to make money. Now, Pella is not educated, according to what we see. According to, allegedly, he's not he did not go to university, right? Allegedly. He said so, okay. He said so. He didn't go to university, right? But yet, he's online. Making cool cash. Like, cool cash. And then, remember that time when he was like, master's old, I want to employ you 500K. And they were lining up. Ọlọ́run má jẹ́. And we were lining up because first of all, you cannot blame them, there's no job. But he was using there to cash cruise, right? So now, everybody saw that. As educated person, as an educated person, I felt so embarrassed on behalf of those people that this could actually happen to them. But then, people have seen that. People realize that we can make quick money on social media. So why do you think I want to go to school? Why do you think I want to intensify my effort to even read? Why do you think some people be like, okay, so far I just have 2-2 or 2-1 or pass. Let me just have the certificate. Everybody is not, there's no intentionality in reading. People just want to get the certificate. If some people, do you know that a lot of people know that this certificate, I'm not using it for anything. I want to become a makeup artist. But so that people will not laugh at me and say, illiterate. Because the perception is that if you don't go to university, you're an illiterate, right? So now, people who want to go to university, they don't care, bribed, either they have the D or the C's, just go to university and get a certificate, and then focus on their, on the makeup or the vocational job they actually want to do. Now, when we look at this, we really cannot blame anybody. Now, it is now the, how will I say it? It is now for us who are, number one, intellect, who are also educated, to put ourselves online like these people. Like, why are you not in the faces of people? Let people see that, oh, you are, that is why I would make reference to some people, right? The one person that I really adore is this woman. This woman.
What does she do?
She does. No, not Ngozi. Ngozi Iweala, that was my old G. When I studied economics, she was the one I wanted to envy. Ibukun Awoshika. Oh my goodness, I so much adore her. She's in our face. We can see her. She's not a Gen Z or a millennial, right? Is she a millennial? Because I don't know what she's
not millennial.
Okay. So now she's in our face, right? And we have people like us now that don't want to imitate the BBNs people, that don't want to imitate the drug addicts that call themselves artists, right? We are looking at those people as our, how would I say, as our forerunner, right? Now, there's another young person that, she attends my church anyway, that I really admire, is Temi Salami. This lady is young, she's active, and she's in everybody's face. Now, why is it that every one of us, we are scared of the social media? Why are we not in everybody's face too? I'm definitely sure I will never, people in my guest list, right? They are not people that are not intellectual. So people here, why are we not in everybody's face? Why are you not telling people that this is what you are doing? So people that actually want to study, want to become somebody, right? And not rely on the effort. I'm not saying that you cannot do social media. As a matter of fact, you can earn your cool money and like you can be a normal professional person and also earn money on social media. But let's also try as much as possible to be in everybody's face so that these people will not decay the internet. And the unfortunate thing is that our government is not helping. How many of us notice that whenever you are in a site or you are watching YouTube, no, not YouTube, you are watching maybe on Instagram, you are only seeing ad on either R-rated teen, loan, bet Nigeria, and so forth. You are never seeing like ads on normal, like an intellectual stuff. It is because they have seen that Nigerians are so easy to,
manipulate.
Thank you for that word. To manipulate. So now, instead of them pushing the narrative, or even our algorithms on Instagram, I do a lot of social media management and all like that, so I know about algorithm. Right? Regardless, you're on your own, JJ. Maybe your algorithm is channeled towards rabbits, right? The next thing they are bringing is one person or one comedian that is half naked, dancing with women and all like that. And people are imitating that. So as professionals, let's also, try to be in people's face too. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that. So, if I am to paraphrase in one sentence, is as intellectuals, let's not be scared of the 21st century, and let's ensure that we are also out there. I'm taking that home. I mean, I try,
Yeah,
but
you
I
did.
will do better. Okay, so we're going to take a break moment from you because I want to hear from the audience as well. So I have I have two questions for the audience, and if you just want to answer, please let me know. Do you believe that school alone is guaranteed for us to like be successful? Do you think going to school alone is enough to be successful? Now, let me put it in this way. We've been told to get a second skill. We've been told that we should go into business. Now, there is someone like me. I don't really like the buying and selling thing. I love people who do it. I appreciate them for it. But I have tried it and I don't really like business. But I have aunties, I have uncles. I prefer services instead of buying and selling. And I've always been told you need to get something, and I'm like, I'm offering services. I have different services I offer. I don't need to go into business and stuff like that. We have that conversation aside. That's one. The second one is, do you think school alone is enough to guarantee success? But I think you've actually answered half of it, because we have people out there who did not even go to school and they are way richer than people in school. But I would really love to hear from the audience. What's your perceptive about it? Your perception. The floor is open. Okay, we have someone. Ushers.
Okay. Let him come.
Okay, can you please come forward? Sirs.
Okay.
Thank you. Sorry about that.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so talking about
1
whether
minute.
school is a guarantee to success. First off, I think there are a lot of factors when it comes to success. First of all, I think we need to define what success is, right? That's the starting point. So for many people, when they think about success, they think about success in only financial terms. And I think success can be as simple as when you set a particular goal for yourself and you achieve that goal. So for example, let's say you want to become a professor. You want to get to the height of your career. If you're able to attain that particular position, that's success, right? So I think the first step would be to define success, right? And in a lot of ways, many people see success as just financial and how well you're able to accumulate wealth. And I think that's also faulty, because it also speaks to the kind of value system that we have. We have a value system that ultimately worships money, and we do not see value in any other thing else. So that's why she mentioned Pella, right? The reason why Pella is influential and has a lot of following is because people see that he's rich, he has money, he spends a lot and all of that, right? So I think we need to be able to rewire the value system also in the way that people are able to see value in that thing. So for example, you say a university professor who has spent his entire life to advance in contact technology. I think that should be something of value. That should be something
University professors are poor.
acknowledge and celebrate as well.
They are poor.
So going back to the question, whether school. So first of all, I would say that the primary essence of the educational system is to impart knowledge. I do not think that school is primarily, again, notice my choice of words, primarily meant to prepare people in terms of employment, in terms of the ability to be able to add economic value to themselves. So for me, primarily school is meant to impart knowledge. So for example, someone comes in for a 4 years course in philosophy. If all that he learned during the course of that 4 years was just about Aristotle, Plato, and all those guys, the question will be, has the educational system performed, or has it met its set targets? Yes, it has. But meanwhile, we must also note that because of the economic climate we currently find ourselves, right, it will also be a great thing that school will be able to, train people who are able to contribute to society in many other ways. So it's not just about you coming to school to get the knowledge. You must be able to translate the knowledge to, tangible things in society. And that's where things like entrepreneurship, a lot of schools have entrepreneurship programs. Like some of them even have it as compulsory courses. So when you are coming, even if you're studying a course like philosophy, they have programs in place where you can, learn things. And I think another critical thing about the school system we fail to understand many times is it's not just about the academic part. There's also another part that has to be community. So many times when you come, for example, many of the things I was able, I tell people like, I did a 5 years course, I studied law. right? Many of the things I learned because of 5 years, I didn't learn them in the classroom. And there's also the community part. So people come in and you find out, oh, your friend, your roommate is a crypto trader, right? You have people who come in and be like, oh, this person is is a back-end developer, all of those things. So there's also a place where the community helps people to get better and be able to translate these things to things that they can, add, that can add economic value to their lives after they use it. So those are some of my thoughts.
Thank you so much. Thank you, sir. That was very insightful. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Good afternoon once again. I really want to appreciate the author for coming with this kind of huge project. I am expecting this kind of event to be streaming live because so that this message. Okay, yeah, thank God, I appreciate that. Okay, so to me, actually, when it comes to education system we have, especially in this country or in Africa rather, does not guarantee success anywhere. Why? Because I would like us to use a simple analogy. This analogy is whereby, please, if we have the statistic of our entrepreneur in this country, then we have the statistic of our professors and all those that are called professional in the educational field, then have them in a particular way we can weigh them in terms of impact they are making in the society. Do you understand? That can be able to give you a clear, practical, that is, you can weigh them by their impact they are making in the society between our entrepreneurs and together with our professional and educational experts we have. I would like us to look at it from another perspective, ladies and gentlemen. Sincerely speaking, this is not just an event on its own. It's a serious issue factor that bothers us, that if we can be able to do something about it, so that we can have system in place that can be able to discover that can address our values. That is where I think it's a question of our value. That is where we have a serious issue.
Yes, sir.
It's not particular education, because many of us will go to school without knowing exactly something you have a passion for, or something that you have a talent that is to add, that will refine you to add value in your society. To me, sincerely speaking, education sometimes
it's not
become
enough.
Misappropriation with priority. That is where I look at it, and we need to look at our self-discovery. No, let me drop this point, please. Lastly, to discover ourselves, that's number one thing, and define our goals that we know align with our talent we're coming, where we can add value in our society.
Thank you so much, sir. That was really insightful. So that means with that, we are going back to the beginning, and it starts with parents. Understanding what your child loves and what your child can do will really help in the long run. So finally, to the author, please, what message would you give to young people who have now believed that schooling is really not necessary? Because you can see it. It's in all of them. They will literally tell you, don't worry, I already got it. Don't forget that Nigeria is divided into three. We have the high class, the middle class, and the low class.
Do we still have middle class?
Do we still have middle class? That's actually, we still have middle class, trust
I
me.
think so.
And I know we still have middle class. If you're speaking to the high class children, they will tell you there's no need to put any effort in it. I already have a job, don't worry, I got it. If you're talking to the middle class people, they are the ones who want to enter into the social media place. And when you're talking to the low class people, it's as if they are even hopeless totally. So, what message do you have for them? What message of hope do you have for them? What final message would you love to give to them today?
Okay. Sorry, all the teenagers in the room, especially the ones at the back and the early 20s, please listen, right? The thing is that the first and foremost thing you need to do is to understand what exactly you want. We are in this day and age of social media that we are not new to anything again. You know, there is no new thing that you want to see that has not happened before. Or somewhere, maybe not in the country, maybe somewhere else, right? So it means that, like I said, that social media is now open, right? For everybody to see. Even teenagers have access to social media. So there is no how that you would you have access to information. So I would make a brief story. I love analogies. So earlier this year, I was doing, I know that some of you saw it, where I sponsored teenagers in jam fees and all like that. Oh my God. So we had about up to over 100 applications, right? And out of the 100, over 60 wanted to become a medical doctor and a surgeon. So it was now time for us to start doing mentorship, like mentor sessions. I intentionally gave like more, we had several mentors. I think some of the mentors are here, right? We had, how would I say, I had most of those people who want to study medical doctor in my own group chat, right? And then I was asking them, oh, why do you want to become a medical doctor? You know, what do you see in medicine? Why are you in science class? And the first, all of them, because I want to save life. Saving life is, of course, me say I'm saving. Am I not saving your life? Yeah, yeah, now. I'm saving life, right? But everybody wants to save life. And the reason is because, look, this is it. There's this orientation, right? That if you don't study some certain course, you will not make it. There's also this orientation from our parents, and I don't blame them. During their generation, school was the thing. When you finish school, you are getting an appointment. My dad would say something. He said that, maybe is it primary school, leaving certificate, you already got a job. At the age of so thing, he was a group manager, he was already driving a car. At that age then, comparing it to this time where the population has grown in a dramatic projection, and then the jobs, they are not enough again. People there don't want to leave, right? Now, you need to understand what you want. And that's why I'm doing this movement where I go to schools, one, also speak to teenagers. A lot of them think that as a science student, there are only few courses, medicine, engineering, and nursing. They think as an art student, what you only have is
Theater arts.
Yeah, theater. That one is not on you. They think it's just being a lawyer. Just a lawyer. And for commercial student, banker. So banking and accounting. So now there is not enough, especially in government schools. And let's be honest with ourselves. Not everybody, a lot of Nigerians cannot afford private schools. Now, private schools, you see career day, you see someone speaking. Government schools, go there. There is no career day. There is nothing. So now, these teenagers need a reorientation, a sensitization that, look, as a student, so I created this thing then where I listed all the professions in science. There are up to I had more than 60. For art students, I had a lot. For commercial, I had a lot. And then a lot of students were like, I don't know that we can study this, so I will go and research about this particular thing and I will go and learn it. And then some people change their course. From medicine, they change to a lot of course. Somebody wanted not to shade those people that study geography or geology, right? But we know in our mind, right, that if you study geology,
Where will you work?
Wait, I don't. Is it rock that they are doing on map? I don't even know.
There's a geologist in the building.
So I'm so sorry, I'm sorry, not to shade anybody. But we know that there are some courses, they will just give us hope, right? We are not giving ourselves hope. For example, if you study history, I'm sorry, if you study history, not to shade you.
You will teach.
What do you want to do, right? Like, you want, which museum do we have? Like, even museums, they will employ a school cert holder to be the receptionist. They will onboard the person and be like, okay, anybody that comes, there's district discovery museum. When you get there, they are not historians there. They're just normal person that were being onboarded, right? So now, we need to start from the grassroots. We need to start from the grassroots. We need every teenager around us. Any teenager I see, I think that some of the people at the back will testify. I will call them, what do you want to become? Some of them will say, I want to become this, and I ask them, why do you want to become that? I think it starts from there. We are all adults, right? We are all informed. We have made mistakes. I made mistakes. I studied economics and education. My economics, the part of that economics part there, it has been put inside tissue paper and thrown away. Maybe education, yes, makes sense. But then we know that some of us here, we studied a course that we are not even doing at all. I have a friend that studied law. He's a cyber security expert. I have another friend that studied medicine. She's a content creator. And so many other things. Now, we can sensitize these children. What do you want to become? Is it, you want to become a fashion designer? There are schools for fashion designing, for fashion designers. There are schools for woodwork people. You want to study, you love maybe welding or something. There are professional schools. Okay, if you are feeling ashamed that you don't want to go to a technical school, you want to have that bachelor in degree and stuff like that, there are courses that are similar to this. So it starts from everybody here. We go, when we see a teenager, call that person, what do you want to become? And look, I have an academy, we are open, right? For mentorship, we are also open for orientation. We even teach digital tech skills. Then everybody wants to become a tech pro. They think that's where the money is, right? And we also forget that there is something called non-code tech. So you don't need to code. I do non-code tech. I'm a digital marketer, right? That's what I do as, just to promote that. I mean, what are they calling this? That's like, yeah, turn behind. That's my 9 to 5, something that I'm quitting very soon in Jesus' name. So, so that is a non-code tech skill. There is cybersecurity. There is 3D design. There is videography. There is photography. Those are tech skills. We think they are not tech skills, but they are tech skills. Now, we need to, of course, maybe you want to become a this, but you have a second skill. Make sure that second skill is something that is scalable. And also, yes, I say something. When you want to study a course, make sure that it is scalable, it's scalable, and will be employable. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Please, can we put our hands together one more time for the amazing Dr. Rita?
Thank you.
Okay, so a lot has been said, and I'm pretty sure that we all have a lot of thoughts right now. Please, can we have one house? I can hear voices. Children. Okay, so I am going to leave you with one question. School na scam. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Please share.